Biscuits and tea.
Animals go to jail. Columbus crew tries to rebrand their hideous disaster. Lieutenant says that he sees aliens every day. And Kansas City still has the world's best barbecue. 34.
Period.
99.
Let's go, folks. Let's go, folks. We're back. We're back, and we're ready, and we're gonna talk, and we're happy. And Tyler's here. Are you
Tyler's
happy
here.
there, Ty? Are you okay?
Doing all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you get. That's the kind of energy he brings to the podcast. He's been on Reddit all day. He hasn't had any food in 17 hours. Stuck in his basement or in his little girl's room. Tyler back broadcasting.
You're not a fan of The Room?
From
Got a pink ceiling.
I didn't say I wasn't a fan. I just said, yeah, pink ceiling, pink. I mean,
Your parents
we
are
like pink
nice
over here.
So that's for your sister's old room, right? So
Yeah.
your parents are really nice to go above and beyond to go ahead and paint the ceiling a different color. Didn't have that kind of.
You have favorite kids, B. You're in your family. You have favorite kids, so don't look at how they treat Tyler and think that the other kids they rewarded them.
You guys are misreading the whole thing. They redid everyone's rooms after everyone moved out. So that they had all the crappy
they don't
rooms,
like
and once
any of
everyone
you.
moved out, they're like, "Oh, this is our room again," and then they fixed them all up.
Well done. I'm all for that.
But
yeah.
this is, I mean, you guys have seen my house. It is hard to find places to film because we have windows everywhere. Like every wall is just a window, and it's hard to find like
and
little
you
corners.
Yeah, that is true. Your house has like 15. I can't. You guys are gonna find gold in that house.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna
Your
have a
house-
passageway down. You know.
It like reminds me of the Addams Family house. When I was there, I was like, very historical, old. I don't know. It was a good house though. I like it. DC, maybe a okay city. I don't know. I don't know about DC though.
What's that? The city? Let's not even go there. We've already talked about the names that they name for their sport teams, and that's just Capitals, Nationals, center of the world.
Wizards.
That's you guys have one thing.
Why you hate the Wizards?
The Wizards.
You can't.
I
even
like the Wizards.
you
That's
have
the
to.
only one where you tried. Where you tried to name something different. The Capitals, Nationals. We're the center of attention. We have all the money. We control the world. Like I don't. We get it.
He's just
Washington.
shaking his head. Yes. He's just shaking his head. Yes. You're saying that he actually believes that.
It's all
Yeah, I know.
most powerful city in the free world.
Is that true? Wait a second. Is that London is going to give you a run for the money?
I think the military overruns.
London is.
I think the military overruns everything. I think it's
I don't
hard.
know if the military is honestly running because you gotta at least acknowledge the deep state. Because if you don't acknowledge the deep state, military is part of. I mean, the military-industrial complex is part of our deep state. But is that where all America's power comes from? I mean, when we overthrow these countries, that's well documented in Guatemala and all this, the military doesn't have to go in. That's our deep state. That's CIA
but all
stuff.
those plans are all the CIA's in DC. It's all planned in DC.
No, where's Langley? Is Langley?
Like, the CIA. Okay,
Langley's
so the
Langley.
CIA isn't in DC. It's like across the river from DC. It's in Virginia.
It's not DC.
It's
in Virginia. That's not DC. Correct me if I'm wrong, B. But the District of Columbia is its own little place, like the Vatican. Ooh, the Vatican. You can't fuck with the Vatican either. The Vatican.
I mean, it depends how you want to go about it. If DC says we want to go bomb the Vatican, we'll put that in rubble before they get like a true response. They'll get a response, but I think the Pentagon. I think it's too much of a tiebreaker. Like if you want, everyone has their own little deep state going on, but I think the fact that the military base is in DC is probably going to give them a little leg up on all these other major cities.
I don't know what's going on in China.
I mean, all I was thinking about that entire time, I was just thinking about what's going on with the London Bridge. That's literally the whole time you guys were talking about all that. I just want to know what's going on with the London Bridge. You know the song?
Is there?
You're saying about something about London and being the most powerful city. What's going on with the bridge? Haven't heard anything about it in a long time.
I don't remember the song. London Bridge is falling down, right?
Yeah,
is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah. What's going on with that? Is
Did it still fall?
rebuilt? Did it fall? Is it being rebuilt? Is
there only one?
Better? I don't know. I'm just trying to ask the questions.
I think that was one of those nurseries they made to describe some horrific event to desensitize all the kids.
Yeah.
Like with Rosie Posey, I think that's the Black Plague or something.
I don't. But I know you're right about that. The Germans and the Dutch have some of the most grotesque and horrendous nurseries. Like they're like, and Red Riding Hood went down and then cut off somebody's head, and then a bear. It's like the most, and it just totally like you say it in a nice voice, and it's okay that like there's a serial killer in your fairy tale. But yeah, it is a weird thing.
A lot of the nurseries that got passed down to us eventually, at least in the US too, got so censored. I know my grandmother used to have a book of all the original nurseries with like big pictures, and it was just like people's heads getting ripped off and just blood everywhere. It was crazy. This book was like super detailed, just gruesome pictures from these original stories.
But we got to stop these kids from playing Call of Duty Warzone and Battlefield, because it is causing issues.
But please sign up for the military.
Yeah, please sign up to protect country.
Thank you for your service.
Please protect us. What is this? I'm curious what we got going on here. We might as well get into our headlines. The people, if they definitely want to know. So Tyler, why don't you? I still haven't even read it. What's going on?
I'm not sure exactly what's going on here so far. We've learned that a woman was trespassing. I took a glance at it. I assume there wasn't too much going on with it. I just thought it was funny.
Okay, we'll read the head. Woman trespasses Miami high school and poses as student to gain Instagram followers. Okay.
So she's 28 years old. Aubrey Nicole.
Is there a picture?
Queenie.
Is there a news? Sorry, is that a news video? Is there a video we can play right there, or is that a? There's no picture of the girl.
Let's see what we got here. No.
Is that her?
Oh, that's her.
No, that's her. I guess.
She got a.
What was the game plan?
Yeah,
I mean, was that a mugshot?
Is this illegal? Are you not allowed to act like a student and go to a school?
I don't think you can trespass at schools.
But what if she just walked
in
through
USA?
Yeah, I mean, but what if she just walked into the front office and then she acted like a parent, but then she went out into the common area and acted like a student from there? Is that illegal?
Is that illegal? Can you zoom in, Arnis, on that article so we can maybe see some of the quotes from her? It all started when Audrey Nicole. Wow, what a name, Franceschini or Franceschini. I don't know where she's.
Carnival Cruise Line employee.
No,
That's American.
Instead of walking, okay, there you go. Instead of walking to the office, she walked straight past it, down a hallway, confronting multiple students as they were trying to enter a classroom. Upon this confrontation, she allegedly stopped them from entering, preventing them from entering their class. This is when security confronted her for a second time. Okay, so she's acting like a psycho.
And then she's
horrible
like,
game plan.
Get in. Yeah, you can't get in unless you follow me on Instagram. Like, what's your game plan? Like, you could definitely figure out a way to grow your Instagram without having to do that,
How
Oh my God, you guys, are you not reading that part? But as she prevented, okay, so footage showed that not only did she dress up as a student on purpose, but as she was preventing the students from entering the classroom, she was simultaneously handing them pre-printed pamphlets with her social media username or handle on the flyers. She just thought, I gotta go viral with these kids. It's the kids. That's how you go viral.
That's how you know you're old as fuck, handing out flyers.
But if you're gonna give out flyers like that, why are you not like wait outside like until they all come out? Why do you have to go in? Mm-hmm. I thought she was gonna pose as a student and try to, I don't know, do something a little more creative.
Why do you have flyers? Just throw them on. They're gonna leave school. Just start throwing that shit everywhere. Just throw it. They're flyers. She was charged on 3 counts: 1 for burglary of an occupied dwelling with a bond of $15,000. What is that for? She's been charged on 3 counts: 1 for burglary. Why can't I say that?
What does that mean? Like, what's the definition of that?
I don't know what she stole.
Break into somewhere? Because you don't have to steal anything for burglary, do you?
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't understand. Okay. 1 for trespassing an educational institution that has a bond of $500, and 1 for resisting an officer without violence. There's a fine for that, resisting without violence. That sounds like everybody. I'm not.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm not resisting. That's $1,000.
I'm guessing they said she was under arrest and she thought she could just walk away. And they were just like, no.
Yeah, but really though, I mean, if you say I disagree with you arresting me, do we have no rights to do anything like this at all?
Dude, you missed one of the best parts. She didn't get arrested at the school. It was once officers were able to locate her through her social media page and driver's license, she was arrested. She just left like breadcrumbs. She just let they just followed the flyers like breadcrumbs to her house.
Totally. Or she probably took out a billboard on the highway.
Jeez, why can't we just? I mean, she could have done this. You can get followers from these high school kids if you wanted to do that without having to do any of this. I mean, all she has to do is just take kind of a risky photo on Instagram. It doesn't sound like Carnival Cruise is out here surveying their employees' Instagrams and making sure everyone that works for them isn't freaking nuts. But
can we see her social media? Like, what does she do? What's so special? Like, what's on the flyer?
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed they didn't link anything.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, imagine.
What if it was like for like a non-for-profit? What if it was like for like a really good cause?
Totally. Yeah, like we're solving.
You know what
cancer.
she should have done? She went completely the wrong way here.
Wait, did you see that comment? On the article, it said, "Wait a minute. She was my senior English class at Haley High. Class. She punched me in the back of the head."
But you want to know? You want to know what she should have done?
What?
At 28, she should have dressed like as a teacher, and like maybe wore kind of skimpy clothes or something.
Yeah.
And then pass say follow me like that.
There you go.
I don't understand why she should.
Yeah, she must not have thought about. I mean, she thought about it some because she got flyers, so she did think some. There's some thought.
And sad loser who just gets on a comment.
Was that a comment?
Yeah, what a bizarre sad loser.
They're trashing her.
Absolute loser. Desperate for any type of attention that she should pull a stunt like this.
She could be playing she could be playing the long game too. We hope that her stuff gets released or this blows up, and then
it's working. I mean, it's on the Biscuit Tea podcast. She's gonna be fucking so rich.
She's gonna be famous and rich. There you go.
They gave her name. We could probably find her social media.
Yeah, type in her name, Arnis, if you can, in another tab while we hear transition B. If you could go ahead and tell you what happened. Actually, I think you were the one that broke the Columbus Crew story.
Yeah. Adam Scheffler. Yeah, Adam Scheffler contacted me 3 weeks ago via DMs. I didn't actually get to break. I didn't get to break the tweet because I had trouble logging into the Twitter account. My mom had the password to the Twitter.
That's right.
And I tried to get in because it had the information about the Columbus Crew rebrand, but I wasn't able to get into it. So then someone else broke it, but then I was able to now kind of get my commentary on it. So Columbus Crew trying to drop Crew from the original name. They want to take the same route as Sporting KC and Miami FC and Los Angeles FC. Chicago changed their logo to
the logo, which was awful,
horrible,
awful,
and then
horrendous.
Arnis, if you can pull up the actual logos, though, I don't know if they'll have the ones that they had before, but basically there's a bunch of backlash from the fans, not happy, and they have brought it back. They listened and they said, "Sorry, we will keep Crew. Please don't hate us." So
that's it. That was what they wanted to change it to. What we're looking at right now.
No, that's the redone.
This is the rebrand. Yeah, that's right.
If we can find the other ones.
What were they? I mean, we can throw them up when they're going. What's with this? So wait, just to make sure that we've got to the end of the story, they wanted to they wanted to get rid of the Crew and go to Columbus Crew SC, if I remember right.
Soccer Columbus Club. FC.
Or Columbus FC. Sorry, yeah,
Columbus
you're right.
SC.
Just Columbus SC. And then there was a huge uproar. In the end, they've decided not to, and they're going with what we see now as Columbus Crew 96. That's what's up now.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it's because of the uproar. Are we seeing a new trend where companies are realizing that they can like make a bad decision and let people scream about it like the Europa or the Super League, and then they just kind of, you guys have all the power. Oh, you guys are so... No, it's you guys that are really steering the boat here. What's going on? I don't
understand. Dude, they've confused everyone, dude. Like,
what if they just found out it's like free test groups and everything. Instead of going through
there
that
you
whole
go.
hoops, instead of going through all the hoops, you just throw out your first thought and just see what happens. And then just nope, we'll just fall back.
Maybe that's
Like
better.
it was free. It's,
Yeah, it's free.
So I think
Totally,
that's the original logo, which I think is a cool logo, by the way, on the left, the crew.
I agree. Yeah.
And then that's
what are they, coal miners?
I don't know what's a crew.
I don't. They have some sort of connection to their city. I don't know what they actually are a crew of. They kind of look like kind of like firemen, but not really.
Workers.
I know. What are they?
Arnis, go back because I want to show them the original one, the one that has the C and
Oh, that
Columbus
disgusting.
SC with the C. Yeah, that one.
Gross.
That was the one that
Ew.
they originally came out with, and it had that weird little triangle piece, and like everyone was like, "Oh, they're definitely going to come out and say that it's like it has some deep ass meaning about how the circle of Columbus life and integrity pieces off to its own island," or I don't know, like some bullshit thing, they do with logos.
That looks super familiar to LAFC's logo.
I don't know LAFC's logo too well. I mean, I know they're black and gold. That's why.
It's kind of like
possibly.
that same.
Why are they doing this
I just
though? Like,
yeah.
what do you guys?
Oh, you're right. You're right, Tyler. I know. Oh, yeah. What were you gonna say, B? Go ahead.
Like, why do you think these teams are like? So why did Kansas City Wizards go? Okay, we're dropping Kansas City Wizards and we're going to Sporting KC. Tyler, you can answer this too. But like, why is Columbus going and then trying to drop that and become SC? And why is Orlando City SC? Like, what? Why?
I think people think they're going to be taken more seriously from Europeans if they have a more, but completely ignoring that there's a bunch of ridiculous team names everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you go down
All
to
over
South
the place.
America, like in Bolivia, the team names are the funniest things ever. It's like the Racing Boys or the Strongest, or just
the
the names are
strongest
hilarious.
is- Florida. Yeah, you have these. Bolivia is a great example of that. Asia in Japan is also, like they're like the Yokohama whatever. They've got mascots. Like it fits perfectly with American culture. But I think it may be the influence. That's a good guess of Europe
Of like
on
EPL
American culture.
specifically, you think?
Yeah.
For sure. We
Like
want to
stuff
fit
we
in.
shouldn't
we're,
really
we're
be-
little bitches right now. Please like us. We're good. Our league is good too. Look at all our money and that we fit your schedule. We're going to fix and to a certain point, we're right. We do need to look at them for that stuff, but like there's no reason for us to forego the whole American thing. Like imagine 100 years or however long it takes for us to be serious in a real sense. It's going to be awesome with American culture. Could you imagine like if like the NASL never failed in 1970, like we'd be 50 years into crazy American soccer. It would be nuts.
Yeah. I just don't get how they think that this is helping advance the culture of soccer in the States either. Like making these kind of changes. I just don't see how it's helping anything. Why?
I think a lot of people making these changes didn't play, and they are like stuck just looking at Europe, EPL, everything, and it's stupid for us to even try to compete with like those leagues right now. Anyway, like why are you even trying to replicate or do it's not, we don't like the major systems 100% different to start with.
We're doing pretty well. If you look at where we were in 1996 to where we are now, we're doing pretty well. I mean, maybe not on field necessarily, but marketing wise and all that stuff, we've made some huge waves. We've made huge waves in the same way we did in the 70s, except we're more established now. And so you can't write American marketing off. It would just be a very horrendous thing. We kind of get ahead of ourselves, scream really loud, and then we kind of fix everything later, So I don't know.
I'm glad they're keeping the crew though. Oh, Will John, Frozen.
What the fuck? I was gone. All right. Well, that's a good time to talk about our sponsors real quick. Shout out to Sport T and Road for sponsoring the podcast. Zencaster, Brandon and I entered us into a best podcast.
Yep.
I know the B team here. I know you guys would all vote for us. They didn't think we were good enough. B.
Yeah, they didn't get back, and I don't know what we did. We have always been loyal to Zencaster.
Truly.
And we're just trying. We're trying out here to advance your guys' platform and spread the word and to have podcasters use you guys. But I guess, we don't really fit the profile of what you guys are looking for. So
yeah. Hey, well, whatever. It is what it is. We'll see you soon, Zencaster. I'm sad that we couldn't find her social media. Tyler's frozen on the screen for me here, which is actually quite interesting.
He's good for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
that's
is your
interesting.
internet, Will. This
Uh-oh.
has nothing to do
Nah.
Sweden
Yeah,
not
I
having
know.
the great internet.
with the U.S.
Everything else seems clear. 'Cause
Sweden's
Tyler, I'm not so sure we want to
just telling you,
call
Sweden's known
my
his-
internet the issue here technologically. A lot of people don't get to see the pre-show setup, and I can't even see Arnis right now, and I know 100% he is laughing.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
on mute and he's cackling because he, as our podcast producer, is definitely he knows what goes on. People, Tyler's computer.
I'm just saying, Sweden's not known for the strongest infrastructure.
Whoa.
Yes, definitely
Wow.
America. They're booming infrastructure.
Biggest. We just,
You're back now. It's back. So, all right. Well, why don't we? Arnis already has us up there. What's going on here? Even animals go to jail.
There's a bear. So
Yeah.
did that bear go to
Katya?
jail, or is that just a stock photo?
This is just I think that's the bear. Its
Is
name
it
is
an actual
Katya.
Yeah,
It's in,
bear in Danish zoo looking
it's in
majestic.
Pakistan. I think it. So it killed 2 kids.
What? What do you mean he killed two? He killed
Okay,
two
to be
kids
fair,
outside?
in a campsite. Like, he was a wild bear. Katya was just doing bear things. Some people, I guess, got too close, and he killed them. So they arrested the bear and sentenced it to life in prison in in a human prison.
No, they did not. That's not real.
Yeah, it was.
They
He was
put
there
a,
for
they
15
put a bear
years
in a real
cell.
prison. So he's just walking around the yard like with the other serial killers. There's
think
just
they
a
just left him
bear
in a cell.
walking
Bro.
around.
He's in a fucking 730.
He's in a-
What?
Was sentenced to life imprisonment in a strict penal colony in Kostanay, which houses 730 human inmates for 15 years. She lived off of food scraps from the prison's kitchen and stayed in a cell. That's insane.
What?
Oh, the prisoners liked her. Okay, I see. They built a
Dude,
statue
if I was a
in her
prisoner
honor.
and we had a pet bear, how great would that be?
I mean, that's. I would be worried for guards and the one riot that happens. Like most prisons, when they have riots, are trouble. If a bear gets loose and there's a prison riot, it's like, what are we doing here? Okay, so she was released
We got a short little
in
history
2019.
on bond or
So
what?
a bear went to jail. You don't seeing that? She goes released in 2019, and then she was relocated to a small zoo in the north of
Served her
Kazakhstan.
time. Fucking served her time. Fucking.
That's house
still
arrest
what
at the
bears
zoo. You have to finish in house arrest for the rest of the sentence.
So if that's jail for animals, then what's a fucking zoo? If we're sending all these animals to zoos and they're sitting in a cage, what's the difference?
Well, they're not in a cell. I think it was like she was just in a cell versus at least some grass, maybe some water, like something
still
a little
bad.
better. It's still
It's
not
bad.
ideal, but
Yeah, it's not ideal. I know. We're okay with it because we grew up with it.
I don't go to
It's
zoos.
not,
They
probably.
scare me, man.
Yeah.
They make me so depressed when I go now. Like when I was I miss when I was a kid and just was stupid as hell and I could just go look at the leopard or whatever, jumping around. Very cool. But then you start thinking about, okay, this freaking leopard is in there 365 every day. And you have some stupid kids yelling and tapping on the glass at you every day. And it's like these animals are so fucking smart.
it's a two-way street though. Like, it definitely sucks for the animals in there, but I know the big reason for zoos is how much awareness they create for wildlife preservation. So then people see that, then they donate money, and then that money goes to other leopards in the wild or in sanctuaries to help them out.
I wonder what Stephanie would say about this.
We definitely should get her back in. Dr. Stephanie Schuttler. If you haven't checked out that podcast, do it because Tyler tries to convince her that he should have a pygmy
If that's not
elephant.
sorted, she cannot come back on until that is fixed.
Wait, did I just see a pigeon that got put in jail?
Yeah, there's a whole other list of things.
Oh, well, I mean,
Go
we
back
might as
up.
well our deal with pigeons. What happened?
Which is spy disguise.
Was it a spying? It was a spying. It was a. It was a pigeon.
Another
that was spying.
interesting clash with the law happened in 2015 in India when officers arrested a pigeon suspected of espionage. A boy found the bird in the Kashmir area at the border between India and Pakistan with a message in Urdu stamped on its body.
Yeah.
followed by a Pakistani phone number. India took things very seriously, x-rayed the pigeon at a veterinarian hospital looking for other incriminating
Oh
signs.
my
When
god.
nothing came out of the investigation, the story became an internet meme. Oh, so they didn't arrest it.
I wish that I had that job. Like I could be that stupid and just
To arrest pigeons?
yeah, and like spend like tens of thousands of dollars on X-rays for this idea. It's like, dude, what the hell? Who's that guy? How much money he or she is making to do that stupid of a job? Like, it's like someone high up too, you know?
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah. I mean, it's the whole Pakistan India thing is also that's another fascinating thing. I mean, Tyler, you brought up Palestine and Israel before. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be impossible to try and understand everything that's going on there in 2 seconds right now. But any of those countries that have that type of stuff going on, they're going to be suspicious of a pigeon, of a cow walking across here, farm animals, anything's going to be used. And I guess when you think about it, if you've been fighting for as long as some of these countries have,
True.
you got to start getting creative, right?
I'm sure
How
they've
else are you
seen
going to do it?
crazier things.
You see, I think it was Genghis Khan used to just set a bunch of bats on fire, these birds on fire, and then they would just like shoot them into, just like catapult them into these little villages, and then they would try to take like refuge in the people's roofs while they were on fire and just set everything on fire.
Yeah, I've got a book on that dude. I only started the beginning. What an interesting. There's always that stat. You know that stat, or maybe you guys don't know, but
Yeah,
that
like a third
everybody.
of the world or something.
Yes, I don't know what the stat is. B, do you know who Genghis Khan is?
Yeah, he has a couple sauces at Mongolian barbecue.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Oh god, that's hilarious. Yeah, there's some stat, and we might as well look it up if we're here. But that he is, it's always getting debunked, and then they're saying no, well actually it's not true. That he essentially fathered basically everyone in Europe has Genghis Khan
Yeah,
blood. Nearly everybody. They
it's
did
awesome.
destroy a whole host of things, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, all right. You'll enjoy this one, B, as Mr. Culinary. So we did a podcast with a guy in Larry Olmsted, and if I messed up your name, it's okay because I can barely read. But no, I got it right.
Yeah.
Now it's about barbecue. Now this guy wrote a book called. Zoom in right here at the top. I think it's at the top. Yeah, go down a little bit more just to the name of his book. So he wrote this book that caught our eye called "Real Food, Fake Food." It's basically about everything that you eat is a lie. Everything, even the healthy stuff. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but it's just like
Okay.
if you've been to America, you understand. Like we'll put natural on things. He basically ruined shrimp. Tyler, that's the guy who was saying that ruined shrimp for everybody because your shrimp is not what you think it is. It might actually just be a bear in Kazakhstan. Like this is this is what happens. But one of the things that this article is actually it's pretty dope. But I only want to talk about one thing, which actually has to do with sports. So if you scroll down, obviously it'll tell you what you need to know, people. And I know there's international listeners here, not from the U.S. Kansas City has the world's best barbecue. It's not up for debate. Don't listen to anyone that
Yeah.
says that it's in Memphis or anywhere else. Tyler, you haven't been to
People are
Kansas City.
saying,
You
like,
don't know what you're
some-
talking
The
about.
only, I mean, I wouldn't say the only one I would say could try to fight it would maybe be Texas, but probably still. Go
I'll
with
give
Kansas City.
Texas their due. I'm not going to say that's bad. It's not like it's
But Memphis, I hate Memphis barbecue.
it's different.
people
It's
like
vinegar
it.
based.
People like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about it a little. But if you go down, there's an athlete here. I can't remember his name. He signed a deal that I'm trying to understand. Right there, there he is. You guys know who that guy is? Tell me who he is. You guys should know.
He's a guy for the New York Jets. He looks like he's 18 years old, and he's going to be the starting
Doesn't he?
quarterback. He got drafted.
Donald?
No,
That's not
no. He's brand new.
That's-
Just got drafted this year, and he's like like I would imagine him being the high school quarterback in a Disney movie. That's what he looks like.
Yes, yeah. What's that guy, Zach Efron, when he was
Yeah.
like 18 or something like that?
Yeah, Zach
Yeah.
Wilson. That's
I don't
what
know
his
his
name.
name.
Is. Yeah,
His name's Zach Wilson. All right. So you do know him. You know this guy.
I mean, I watched him when he got drafted. Yeah, I know. He played a little. I watched a little bit.
He
in college.
signed, and I'm trying to figure out, and I don't remember now where. This guy signed some sort of multi-year barbecue $1 million deal with some. Who else is doing this? Because I don't remember this.
Patrick Mahomes
What's going on?
signed with Whataburger too. Like they're expanding out into Kansas City now, and like he's like big involved with Whataburger. Whataburger, is
I
how
don't
you
know what
say
that
it?
is.
It's
I don't know what that is.
like famous burger place in like Texas in the South.
Famous. Okay.
It's like
all right.
It's like a In-N-Out burger, but Southern, I guess.
Where's Mahomes from again?
I think he's from Tyler, Texas, but he's definitely from Texas. I know that. But Tyler,
Okay.
Texas is a smaller city.
Right.
I can't remember what part it is, but yeah, I
I
think
wonder how they
there's quite
feel
a few
about that.
athletes that are trying to think of some other ones that are doing deals like this, but influencer marketing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
A lot of them just buy the restaurants and everything.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Normally they just buy a rest. They buy a franchise though, right? Because it's like it's guaranteed. Yeah, I think that's the old way. I think what you're seeing here is this new transition where they're just like, just do all that. Just you take all the money. We don't have to do anything. Eat our barbecue.
I don't know
throw
why
some
they would
football.
have. I don't know, but they're taking a big risk. They're just hoping that this guy turns out to be like Patrick Mahomes or like a leading quarterback. Otherwise, this is a complete waste of time. And more than likely, I think he's with the Jets. It's not going to go well.
If it doesn't, who's that one guy that's a train wreck having COVID parties and stripper? How's that guy? That's my guy.
Which one?
Dwayne
Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins, that's my boy. I can't wait to get him on B&T. How's he doing? Is he okay? Did he move to another team yet?
Steelers, right?
No, I think he's just done.
No,
he's not done.
He signed with
Can't
the team.
write Dwayne Haskins off.
Oh, he's with Pittsburgh. I think he's with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's with Pittsburgh.
That guy's,
but
he's
like going to be their third
fine.
string or something.
But
he'll be
retiring. He's going to come back. He's going to be top 10 in the NFL in the next 3 years. Just watch, dude. Just watch.
He's so bad.
So on another note, the guy who wrote this. Oh, go ahead. You're still talking about it.
No. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, the guy who wrote this. So I asked you guys what would happen because I don't, I know Colin Kaepernick. I know most of the story, but I asked him. He's a sports journalist, right? He wrote this other book, Fans, about how sports, like why we need it and how fucked up it is, and with COVID, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I asked him where Colin Kaepernick, because he interviews these, he does this stuff, where he should go. He had the exact same answer, literally the exact same answer as you guys, with the same thought process. That if the dude came back, he would have to go to the 49ers. Like, it would have to happen. And, yeah, but that it's, probably not going to happen. It's not happening.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. That is what it is. Have we gone through all our...
something?
He looks like he's going to say something. He's thinking.
I don't know, like, Kaepernick obviously got blackballed to an extent. I don't know how much he was actually looking to get back in after those first, couple years. And it's just like NFL's, especially like any sport's hard. NFL has to be probably one of the hardest ones to take 2 or 3 years off and try to go jump back into that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you don't know what he's doing. That's part of the thing. I don't know what he's doing. He could just be hanging out and just riding this Nike wave. He's fine, right? Like, he's done. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he should be.
He should be, right? Yeah. You never know. You never ever know. But we'll get
What
him
if
on
I
the
told
podcast.
you guys? What if I told you guys that we really shouldn't be talking about this? We really shouldn't be worrying about any of these other issues. That you guys are really just kind of overlooking the key thing that we should be focusing on, and it's the fact that lieutenants of our fucking military are seeing aliens, and we're not talking about it, and they're just flying across the sky. They're just surveying us, and it's been happening for years, and we're just cool with it. So
it has been happening for years, forever though. What Tyler? What were you going to say about it?
I was going to say, if that's true, it's kind of comforting because they haven't done anything yet. So
true.
I'm kind of down if there's guys if there's
haven't done anything
that we know of catastrophic.
Right, catastrophic. There we go. Yeah, that we know.
That's really my biggest concern with aliens, just be something catastrophic happening. So if they're just cruising around, tweaking little things and doing whatever, you guys, you won whatever the technological race was. You guys can pick up a few people, go put them in a TV show in your homeland, whatever.
I'd do that. Would you guys do that if they came down and they were like, "Hey, we really like the podcast, but we won't take over the Earth if you guys just do a little show for us once a week for our planet"? Would you be up for it?
I think that's probably. I mean, imagine if they can get here and do all that stuff. They're probably already doing this. They're watching this. Like there's these idiot humans. They probably have some way of viewing this. They don't need a podcast. They're just watching every
Yeah.
whatever it is we were doing, blowing things up and just
Yeah.
all
Great
that stuff.
TV show.
Have you guys seen the South Park episode where it turns out Earth is just a big reality show, and the way that the rest of the universe is set up, where each planet just has one species, like it's a whole planet of lions, a whole planet of gazelles, a whole planet of like, I think they split up every race too, like whole planet white people, whole planet Asian people, whole planet, and they're like, we put them all together,
Yeah.
they just
It's
they
an
just throw them all
old South
together to
Park,
watch
yeah.
them all fight. It's just
Yeah.
not how
Oh,
the world or the universe works.
Classic. Yeah, it's a good one. I don't. Yeah, are we gonna see? I haven't seen this video. I mean, this is depending on they continually just confirm that they're all there. Oh, he's trying. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but they're all fighter pilots. Look at that thing. Okay,
It's just flying
every day,
Seen it for
every
the
day
past
for a couple of years.
Yeah. And it's just
What?
searing through the sky without any obstacles or issues, just over Jacksonville.
The real question. I mean, like you said they've been doing it for years, and I ran into an interesting stat. In the 90s, 47%, let's just take their word for it, 47% of Americans, just Americans, believed that the government knew about UFOs and that aliens existed. In 2010, it jumped up to 50-something. In 2021 now, I think it's 66% of Americans that believe in aliens. More men believe than women, but
Is that like our biggest consensus as a country? Could we get 67% of people to agree on anything?
we've got, that's pretty high.
That's true.
Now, I don't know. The real question, I'll kick it to you. Why now? What's going on? COVID? Are we bored? Are they testing something?
What they no, they declassified the information. So I watched the 60 Minutes, and like basically one of these dudes who's involved with the CIA down the street from Tyler's house fucking paid and got money and lobbied to get this information declassified, and now it's out there. And like you said, now we just have all these random people that are very high up or retired. They're just like openly talking about how they saw giant objects rotating, flying against the wind at like extreme speeds without any issues. And they're like, okay, well, maybe this isn't an alien, but what if the fucking, some other country has this crazy advanced technology that we don't have access to? And it's like, that's not good. And there's like no money or programs to stop this. They've defunded it.
Do you think it's other countries? The idea that, like, let's imagine it's not aliens, and that it's this. No country in the world spends more on their military than the U.S.
This is what
it's
I
not
was
even
about to
fucking
say.
close. Who's
Those are
developing?
ours.
Yeah,
Those are ours higher up. That's someone higher up than the lieutenant.
Exactly.
What's going on with those? Oh, they're just over our air bases.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. There's
that's
no
where
other
they are every
logical
day.
thing. Who's spending? We outspend everyone, like probably combined. It's insane, and we've been doing that forever. So if it's someone else's over our thing, that is.
We got to get those
I
scientists.
don't understand.
They need to be on our side.
Should we be able to catch these ships with the amount of money that we spend? Or not? Yeah, like flying through the sky. We don't know what that. Should we be able to follow them or something?
Not if they're ours.
Not if they're ours. Not if you're a lowly private in a freaking whatever your rank is as a fighter pilot, and you've been taught to, and then there's another class where you have the Michael Jordans of the fighter pilots, and we're like, yeah, you don't worry about that physics. We got a different physics for you to learn. You're gonna ride this thing, and no, you can't catch it. What are you gonna do? You're running in a carriage, like a horse and carriage, and the dude's got a Ferrari. Good luck.
They'll also, I'm sure, like they'll be up there and like, oh, I see this thing. Should I engage in it? And the person on the call is like, nope, just leave it. Just leave it over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go anywhere closer to that.
You didn't see that, which is what they tell them too, right? Like, yeah, you didn't let that one go. It doesn't have to be aliens at all.
When you move that fast, the glare on your little cockpit, like it
you're not
reflects into
seeing
the
it
clouds, and it just creates a mirror image, and it,
So we just think that this is just the U.S. government doing something. It's not aliens. It's not other countries.
It couldn't. No. I don't want to say that it couldn't be. We don't know enough to know that it couldn't be. There are some of these that are out there. Like all our minds are on these ones here. But if you want to step off and start going anecdotal, there are others that have nothing to do with military and stuff like that. We can't be sure. But the thing that we can be sure of, that one of the best investigative journalists is a woman named Leslie Keene. That chick would be amazing. She's won all sorts of awards. I think she's been on Joe Rogan podcast as well. All this stuff.
Who's that?
They you say who's that? Yeah, it's this guy. He was big on
the
YouTube,
guy
and
who
he
was
moved to
now he's
Spotify.
not. Okay.
No one knows.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can't see any of his
I
stuff
remember now.
anymore. Yeah,
Did he used to be a boxer or something?
he was. He used to. I think he kicked people. I think he was a kickboxer actually.
I think he's a boxer. No, he just boxed.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Joe Rogan.
$100 million and you just disappear. The point is, the only thing that we do know for sure, right, B, and that we've known for a long time is that we used to have the debate in the 90s on whether UFOs were real. It wasn't a debate on are these aliens or the debate in the 90s was are UFOs real? It was everything that you got told then was swamp gas, this plane that you're not seeing it right. It's a star. Now we're past that. 30 years later, we're past that. We're like, all right, so there are things that we can't explain. That's crazy. It's pretty cool.
It also helps a lot that everyone has a high-tech camera in their pocket versus 30 years ago. You see it, you go back home, you say, hey, I saw this. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Like,
totally.
Okay.
But we don't have, are those videos, those aren't the videos that we're looking at, though. Like, we're looking at high-tech fighter pilot type things, you know? I mean, I don't think anybody gives any credence to the ones that people catch on their cell phones. They're just like, yeah, it's blurry.
People catch some weird stuff on their cell phones with like the lights. I don't remember. We were looking at something a few months ago with these weird lights that were like showing up over cities.
Yeah. There's plenty. We just can't. The problem is we can't. No. Do you remember that one that happened in Norway forever? No, I mean, not too long ago. It looks like the Northern Lights, Tyler, but it's not. It's like a spiral. It was one of the craziest things ever. And then they were like, Norway was like, flare. It was a flare. It's like it looks
Flare.
so crazy. I'll find it. Flare. It is flare. Go back to sleep. I swear to God. That's what they were like. I'll find
Can't
it.
sleep. The sun's out and it's 2 a.m.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is the greatest thing ever over here. B has not experienced that?
No.
Scandinavian
No.
summer? Oh.
Over here in Kansas, we just have our normal sun comes up at 8, goes down around 6 or 7, and that's how I like it.
You guys are later now, aren't
Yeah.
you?
8,
Your sunset's got to be around like 8.
yeah,
or something.
8:30, yeah, something like that.
All right. You guys are going to freak out. It's called the 2009 Norwegian anomaly. And yeah. All right. So here, Arnis, I'm going to send this to you. I don't know what this is. And I know, and here's one thing. Guess which friends, let's test your B. Which major power next to Norway claimed responsibility for this? Who do the Scandinavians
Who
have
claim
to deal
responsibility for this?
Yeah, what superpower does Scandinavia always have to deal with?
Well, when I was
You
doing
don't
my
know?
research early on in 2013, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Russia, the Russians.
I guess Norway does border Russia.
That makes
They
sense.
all Scandinavia is
No,
there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoa! That's concerning. That looks like something you would enter in Rick and Morty and enter a different dimension. I don't know about that.
Right?
Oh my
I mean,
God.
it could be nothing.
Is
but-
it lights or like it's kind of hard? Is it?
So
There
it
are
looks
other
like there
angles.
is a light flashing from the ground.
Oh yeah, something is shining up into it.
Yeah.
Or I guess that could be it shining down, but it definitely looks like something's shining up.
The other angles are pretty
I don't
weird
like
because
it
it
when it
moves and then
does
it
that.
poofs. Look how it moves away. Like look at that when it dissipates.
Yeah, I don't like
it makes you
that.
think that it's not a light, right? How is that a light? I've never seen light.
Dude.
Wait, let me see.
You see that?
The idea
How it
that a
just-
black hole could just roll through and just take us
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Where was this in Norway?
Good question. I'm not entirely sure what city it was in.
Yeah, I'd freak out if I saw that. I'd freak.
Right?
What on earth did those people, like first humans, think of the Northern Lights when they're just walking around and all of a sudden the sky just...
I don't know.
What would be going through your mind the first time you saw that?
I don't know. I was still amazed by it now, and we know about it. Like I was already like dumbfounded by everything. Hey, we got We got a dog.
You
a
get
cat,
just like
and-
paralyzed watching those things.
You want to check to make
got
sure
Bambers.
someone's not getting. You need to check to make sure somebody's not getting.
Let's see what Bambers is
attacked.
up to.
We'll hold it.
Bambers is actually. I need to film a commercial with Avion Bambers. People love Bambi on the channel whenever I set her up behind me
Okay.
when I'm
All right.
talking.
Yeah. I saw that.
You have to
There
go
were
through
a
the
lot
last
of
comments on like the last.
I saw. Yeah.
They're
that's
all just
true.
like. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and wrap this podcast up and just show Hartzell here. He's the PR man, the hype man for the Sporting KC soccer team, and this is him before the game getting hyped up, announcing the players.
Hartzell. I can't hear him, but he looks hype.
Whoa!
Oh God! And he's. I love it. Play it off. Play
Right
it
back
off.
up.
Play. Oh no! Is there? Well,
Ooh.
where did he think he was stepping? B is
I
my
don't know.
question.
He stands on this platform and he does it every game. He does it, executes it very well every time. He gets everyone very hype. And this time he just got a little
What is this? Oof. Who is this homie?
Sporting KC PR hype man before the games. He's like the guy on the big screen doing the pregame stuff. He was getting hype announcing the players and slipped whoopsie daisy. Sorry, pal.
God.
But he got right back up, popped the top hat back on, and he is ready to go. And he is an energetic little fellow. I'll tell you that. He must be drinking sport tea every morning.
He must.
because He's got the Energizer.
Good
Bunny.
on him.
Looks like there might be a little something extra in that sports tee as well.
Yeah.
By the
Potential.
coordination.
Potentially.
But you can add it. You can add things in. Sport tea is a well respected brand. I mean, what you add into your tea is on you, sir. I mean, so if Hartzell can't, figure out where the end of his 2-foot stage is, that's on Hartzell. That's not on Sport tea. Sport tea is a fine drink. We're company men here at Biscuits and Tea.
Yep. Well, I think that was about to go talk to avid listener Kevin Barry.
Kevin Barry, not a real person. Great to have you as a fan. I don't believe that. I'm not joking. Until I speak with you, I do not think you're a real human at all. He is funny though as a bot.
Yeah.
Like he's hilarious.
What if it's actually the real Kevin Barry?
Who's the real Kevin Barry?
Kevin Barry?
The dude from Shark Tank. Isn't that one of the
Is
guys
his
from
name?
Shark Tank?
I mean, it's
the
Kevin.
ruthless one.
Is his last name Barry?
I
Kevin
think
O'Leary.
his last name's
Kevin
Barry.
O'Leary.
O'Leary.
He's my
Oh.
favorite. He's Canadian too. He's my favorite businessman.
He's Canadian.
Are there? Is there a famous Kevin Barry? Kevin Barry also sounds like anything with a Barry in it, like Barry White. Like he sounds like he's like got this over sexualized name.
Kevin Barry, Wikipedia. That's the person that comes up. We got
Who's the
a rugby player from Dublin, 1902. Kevin Jared Barry, the second cousin of Uncle Milburn, Jack Milburn out of Newcastle.
Jack Milburn,
medical student.
Cousins.
It's Irish.
Yeah.
No, he was. Yeah, that's Kevin Barry, the rugby guy.
Is this just your long lost brother? Some weird thing is just he's just related to you in some weird way. It's like really you.
Oh, it's like Fight Club.
Yeah. Tyler Durden or whatever his name is. Yeah. You find out
B just blacks out and goes as Kevin Barry for like hours at a time, and he comes back with just notes written to him. He's like, man, I was talking to this guy forever, just like him playing recording of like Kevin before, just for
it's Kevin Barry. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly it. It's just B's Fight Club. He's Kevin Barry. Oh shit. Okay. Well,
what is that guy? Isn't that guy's name? Oh no, Logan Paul. Logan Paul's.
I don't know. All right, B team. Well, it's been another week with us. We don't know what you guys are doing, why you're here, but we do appreciate that you are here. So buy some merch. All right, get your merch. $34.99.
It's pretty cool, actually. That's for the
It's not. We haven't quite perfected all the stuff here, but it's nice to see the prototypes to see how we're moving along. Guys, we're the B team. Right, you're not listening to the A Team podcast. It's the B Team, so it's going to take us a while to get our shit together.
Hopefully, one day we can rise. We're on the JV team right now. Hopefully, Zencaster. Once we kind of continue to prove our worth, we can maybe get some playing time with the A Team. But for now, we're still just trying to grind up.
King is going to come back and claim so many royalties on that name.
She's joining. She's joining Gold Army Girls. So those of you that are B Team fans. King is right now.
Oh, good.
She's making
That's a good one.
she's joining Gold Remy Girls, which is freaking awesome. Yeah.
Shout out to King.
King. Shout out to King. All right. Later.
Peace, guys.